Hi, it's Sue from Kind Living. We're at our treetop location here. I wanted to talk to you about footwear and some footwear choices for optimal biomechanics. Nothing says summer like wearing flip-flops, and a lot of us love them. And oh, look who it is!
Oh, flip-flops!
Wow, that's quite the coincidence. So it may seem harmless, and you'll certainly see flip-flops that are geared for toddlers and children and adults alike. Wearing flip-flops or any type of footwear that doesn't actually attach to your foot, so that could be a slipper without a heel, that could be a mule, a clog, even the expensive ones, and a casual flip-flop. So the problem is that when the footwear isn't actually attached to the foot completely, so in this case there's no heel strap, each time you take a step, you're altering the way that the foot ideally moves with a gait cycle. So I don't know if Hillary wants to take a few steps here. And so as she takes a few steps, you can see there you tend to get this clenching and gripping of the toes with each step that you take. If she doesn't clench and grip, the sandal's just going to fall off of her foot. So what tends to happen is that it can drastically increase the load of some bones moving down into the ground and drastically increase the load of some bones moving up from the ground. Then this could translate into a pattern that you may have excessive wearing at the top of the shoe, and that can lead to painful corns and calluses. It also tends to shift our biomechanics in such a way that we tend to clench and grip our toes, and when we do that, we're not able to dorsiflex the foot or lift the foot. That may not seem like such a big deal, but when our dorsiflexion is limited, often our hip extension is limited, and often our ability to engage our glutes is diminished. So all of this can set the stage for not only problems in the feet, ankles, shin, knee, hip, back, but all the way up to our neck. So as much as you can, if you're not going barefoot and you're wearing shoes, as often as you can, choose footwear that has a heel strap so that it stays attached to your foot. And for those times, those beautiful summer days when you are just desperate to wear your flip-flops, there's a few measures that you can take to compensate for the strain that your foot has been through. We're big fans of rolling out the feet. We often do this in class. You can use a tennis ball, a yoga therapy ball. Just make sure it's something that's not too hard, like a lacrosse ball or a golf ball. And we'll often start by scraping out the heel. We'll do that for several moments. And then we'll shift the ball so it's under the arch of the foot, and we can zigzag the foot several times, moving from the heel to the toes. One thing I love doing, and a lot of us are really challenged by, is just seeing if you can lift and lower the big toe without moving toes 2 through 5. Then you can shift it and see if you can lift toes 2 through 5 without moving the big toe. Harder than it sounds, but worthwhile to do. We'll often then paint stripes. It's almost like you're vacuuming the foot. All of this helps to energize the foot, promote circulation, and we know that circulation brings nutrition and helps to take waste matter away. So circulation is crucial for the health of our feet. Other things I like to do is to work on a top of the foot stretch. Now, as soon as I do this, my foot tends to roll out. So I check to make sure that I can pull the heel in, and then I'm getting the top of the big toe. From lots of footwear choices, not just flip-flops, but a lot of shoes encourage a remodeling of the tissue so that the toe tends to curl up. So that means the tendon at the top of the big toe shortens as it remodels. And then that inhibits the ability for the toe to function properly. So to work on a top of the foot stretch is a great antidote. Regardless of wearing flip-flops or not, it's a great stretch to do. We also are big fans of doing a calf stretch. So here I'm just using a rolled up yoga mat. You could use a rolled up blanket, you could use a dome, a yoga block, anything you have, even a stair riser at a staircase at home. I've lined up my heels and my hips are stacked on top of my heels, and I can simply shift side to side, getting a nice dynamic stretch. I can shift forward with my other leg and shift back. Again, introducing a dynamic element to the stretch, working it in different ranges, because we want those tissues to be resilient, not just when we're standing still, but when we're moving too. So a few helpful hints, and as often as you can, when you wear footwear, have a heel strap so that it stays attached to your foot. When you get a chance to be barefoot in the grass, take advantage of it. I hope you find this helpful. Namaste.